Hey everyone, it's Branda and I am back attempting to be consistent with some videos. So today's going to be a different type of video for me. It's more talky and personal. So I thought this would be a good way for it to kind of help myself so I can kind of look back on it and say, hey, that's what I thought a year ago, and maybe it'll help somebody else too. So I'm doing the about a year ago tag. So I'm going to attempt not to talk to your ears off, because I feel like these are subjects I can kind of go on about forever because it's been a very interesting year for me, I would say. So let's just get into this. All right, so the first question is the biggest accomplishment of 2015. When I first read this, I've kind of read through the questions and I'm just like, accomplishment? Because when you feel like you're not in an actual place where you want to be, or even the beginning stages of kind of where you want to be, it's like, what did I even accomplish? Come on. But I thought about it and I was like, I cut my hair off last year. And for me, I think that's a pretty big accomplishment of going natural because I've definitely never had that short of hair before. It's been almost a year, which is crazy to think about that it seemed like it was just yesterday that I did it. And it amazed me that I wasn't really that nervous to do it when I cut my hair off or did the big chop. So kudos to that. I posted a status on Facebook, which I really ever do. I don't even remember the last time before that I put a status on Facebook, but I was talking about how, back in the day, I used to get braids or whatever, and my mom, took them out, and she, sent me to school because she didn't have time to do anything to it, and I was just so upset and so sad. I remember my friend telling me that she could put my hair in, a ponytail for me, so she did it, and I was just thinking, I was like, it probably looked just like this. Probably longer, but just like this. This is a twist out, by the way, but braid out was probably popping, and I just did hair because I thought it was ugly and a mess, and I was just like, I feel so sad that I was so ashamed back then. So I think that is a big accomplishment. If you've done a big chop or you're transitioning, think of it as an accomplishment. And another one, even though they just asked for your best accomplishment, whatever, girl, whatever. Just learning about myself, I feel like that was a big accomplishment. Even though it's been a very weird year for me, I feel like I learned a lot about me. So that's cool. We'll get into that later. Next question is best memory of 2015. Like I said, it's been a weird year, y'all. So best memory was Delaware, which is the most random place for me to be like, that's the best memory. But it was cool. I had a lot of fun. I was at a celebrity charity basketball game or whatever, and I had fun, and it made me think about what I really want to be in and what I want to do with career wise and stuff like that. So it was fun to be around. And I worked. It was work, but it was fun work, so I was fine with it. I met a lot of nice people, cool people, and I would want to keep doing things like that again. So maybe that be considered my best memory. Biggest obstacle of 2015. So back to talking about the struggle of saying it was just a weird year. It was probably just getting past that. Like I said, I feel like I learned a lot about myself, and one of those things I feel like I learned, which is not as fun to talk about, is that I have a slight anxiety issue. Who'd have thought? It was probably something I've noticed for a long time, but just the past year it's just been kind of a thing for me where I just really am seriously can get worried about the future and working, because I like to work. When I'm actually doing something that I like to do and I can consistently do it, I like being busy and I like working on things that I like to work on. So if I'm just sitting in a job and I'm it just gives me makes me nervous, and I just, I can't. And I mean, anybody who's graduated and still having trouble looking for jobs, or you're about to graduate and you're worried about finding jobs, it's not fun. It's scary. It's not the easiest thing to deal with, and it seems I don't know, it just seems it's never gonna end, and it's it's a hard situation to deal with. But I've learned that that type of stuff gives me anxiety, and I haven't had full blown big anxiety attacks, but it literally makes me nervous, and it probably just talking about it, I probably sound a little antsy, but talking about it to other people definitely makes me feel different. And I don't know, I just don't like to put it out there, but it's a thing. It really is. And if you're having trouble with it, I'm I'm still having trouble with myself, trying to figure out the best ways to deal with it. Laughing is definitely one of my biggest things because I laugh at everything. And at one point, it was even difficult for me to like do that. But I don't know. I guess I started kind of getting like really down about it, and I didn't really realize that I was in such a bad mood. And by that time, I was like over being at the job I was at, and I'm just like, I guess I don't know. I had like an attitude about it, but it was a thing, and I guess it started actually affecting me, and that's when it kind of kicked in. Like, man, I can't be down about stuff like that anymore because I don't have attitude. Like, I rarely get upset about things, like simple things all the time, but just hit me, I guess, at one point. And right now, I can say that I'm slightly in a better place because I feel like optimistic about the things coming. So yeah, so that was probably the biggest obstacle, is dealing with finding out that I actually had a little bit of an anxiety problem and dealing with that, and just being positive and not having that attitude, because that was not fun, because I don't like being angry. I don't like it at all. So I can't go back there. And even things still aren't the best, I mean, not the best, but like not exactly how I want them to be. I'm still like trying to, get back to old laughy happy me and laugh about things instead of just sitting there and being upset about them, because what is that going to do for me instead of me just getting up and going and doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Top 5 favorite beauty products of 2015. So if you've even watched my videos, you know this is technically kind of like my beauty hair type of channel. So choosing 5 products is kind of difficult, and I switch things up so often. Like, I was trying to think about, what do I freaking use all the time? Difficult. So the first one is something I got recently, so we'll just say it's a favorite of 2015, is Perfume. This is the YSL Black Opium, and it smells so good. It smells like, it has like, I'm a sucker for vanilla scents. If you don't know that, you know now. Like, anything with vanilla, I can kind of detect it. If it could be like the bottom of the list of an undertone, and I know it has vanilla in it, I'll go back and read it and be like, oh, yep, vanilla. But this one smells like vanilla, but it also has like coffee in it. That's what they told me. So it kind of like wakes you up, but it smells so good. It's not too sweet because I have some sweeter ones, but I love it. I love it so much. And it has that coffee in it. You can kind of smell it. It's like addictive, which is probably not the best. But if you haven't smelled it, go try that out. And then the next one is a hair product, because that's what my life's about these days, is endless hair products and trying endless hair products. But this one has been kind of a staple for me since even before I started going natural, actually, before I big chopped. This is the Aphogee Curlific texture treatment, and I wrote an article about this for Curls Understood, so I will link that down below. And I love this. If you haven't even tried elasticity treatment, you should, because they make the biggest difference. Even though I haven't used this one in a while, but you don't need to use it every week. If you're going to use it often, I'll say every other week or maybe even once a month. But it just makes a difference in the way your curls actually look and the way they fall and the elasticity of them, the way they bounce back. It's just amazing. The smell is not that great. Well, it's a good smell, but it smells like cologne. It smells like a men's cologne, which some girls like that, so it's cool. But it doesn't last in your hair, like that cologne-y smell, but it's kind of strong. But the product is good. So this is like the cheaper side of elasticity treatments. I definitely want to try the Weedad one because I heard it was a bomb. This is one I definitely actually have been reaching for, though, since my friend told me about it. I don't remember when she told me about it, but it's the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. It's a demi matte finish. I talked about it in a favorites video. I can't remember which month it was, but this is number 109, Classic Tan. I feel like I probably can either go a color up or color down sometimes, but I love this. I love this. I love it. It's not super matte, so it's not drying. It has good coverage. It's definitely buildable. It's light on your face. I've used a lot of this and it doesn't like cake up or anything. It looks good. I use it mostly with a beauty blender. It just says it's air light, oil free. It's a demi matte finish, which I agree with, and it's long wearing. I do wear this all day. So next on the list is a nail polish. Not a nail polish, it's nail polish. What? But I did the H&M beauty review and I talked about these nail polishes. I still only have two, but these are the two best nail polishes I have at the moment. I do have the pink color on right now, but my nails look rather ratchet, so I'm not going to do any real close-ups of them. I love these. I really, really love this. This is Sunlit Snapdragon and this is Go Nuts. But the formula for them is so dope. Like, it's just like real nice going on your nails. The brush is nice and big, so it's like one glide and call it a day. They don't chip too easily. It's a good color payoff. I just love them, and they're like it might be $5.99, but they have so many colors. I'm gonna go get more though, because they're amazing. They're amazing. The last one are ColourPop lipsticks. Pro Matte lipsticks, all of them. ColourPop, yes, just yes to ColourPop. Probably just ColourPop makeup in general. I feel like I don't even have to talk about these. If you haven't tried ColourPop Lippie Sticks yet, or the Ultra Matte, is it Ultra Matte? I always get the name wrong. And of course, the name rubbed off all on this, but they're like the liquid lipsticks. If you haven't tried them, what are you waiting for? Love them. But the next question is bloopers from 2015. I feel like I don't have that many bloopers. Just because when I film, sometimes I just kind of get straight to it. Well, no, that's a lie. I don't get straight to it. So if anything, those are my bloopers. I don't know if I have those videos saved because I like cut them out immediately, but I usually sit there for like a good 5 to 10 minutes just sitting there. I'm on my phone, I'm listening to music. That's where those like music clips come from at the end of my videos sometimes. I'm just sitting there without even starting to speak. But I think I do have a couple of clips from when I was doing my hair with the Paul Mitchell products, my last video, which I love, by the way. Love those products. But my friends were there. I did my hair at my friend's house because she has a steamer, and yes, I went all the way over her house to use the steamer. But they were there and they're nuts, so let's see if I have that. No, you can go. No, bitch, you don't want to be back on. Bring your ass up. Okay, I'm done. Get your finger. Okay, so the next question is favorite mainstream YouTubers and non-mainstream YouTubers. Okay, so I've been watching YouTube for freaking forever. So the list of favorite YouTubers can go on and on. Why is this even a question? Mono's hair is like probably my favorite YouTuber right now. She has been for like the past year and a half, maybe. I don't even know, but I love her hair videos. I love that she uses different people to use products on, so you can see the different textures in people. I love that she does the whole science behind it. I love that she just gets in real detail about hair, and I feel like that's where I get most of my hair tips from. I'm not even gonna lie. Kathleen Lights, I've been watching her a lot lately. Who else? I've been following Dulce Candy for forever. That's probably like one of the first people I've ever subscribed to on YouTube, so she'll always be a favorite just because that's the OG. And then Shan Booty, I think is her recent name now. Love her videos. They're more not really beauty. She does talk about her hair from time to time, but it's more like sex, relationships. And who else do I watch? I watch a lot of comedy videos because, like I said, I love to laugh. Dormtainment. Whatever. Okay, so non-mainstream are people that I know mostly that I love to watch because I know who they are. So Paige Mariah, which I decided to do this video off of, that's her name on YouTube. Hey Paige. Kendra E. I think that's her name. If that's not the right name that she has on YouTube, I'll just list them. Melissa Melodonna. Those are people I know that I watch, so those are my favorite non-mainstream. And Yamina also does a couple of videos. So that's it. Most embarrassing moment of 2015. I trip all the time, so that's not even embarrassing to me anymore. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's just an everyday occurrence. It just is what it is. Trip on the street. I walk a lot, so if I like look down, I'm just like, oh, I tripped, and keep it moving. Hopefully nobody looked. But embarrassing. Actually, yes. This goes back to a serious, moment of anxiety type of thing. It was at my last job. My friend came to visit me. This is, I don't know. I don't know why I felt this way. Anxiety. So my friend came to visit me, and then all of a sudden, he was there, and I was just like, I got completely embarrassed. Why, you ask? I don't know, but I guess because I didn't like the job. I felt like I didn't want to be there anymore. And I feel like he said something to me. It was probably like, I don't even know if he meant it in that way, but I think he said something like, why are you here? Or like, what are you doing here? Or like, but he specifically came to visit me, so I worked there, but it was just like I don't know, it made him in the way he asked it, or I just felt some type of way about it, but after that, I just got completely embarrassed. That was probably like the most I can say of a slight anxiety attack that I've actually ever had, because I got like, after he left, I was just like in like a mood. I felt like crap. It was so bad, but I feel like I think I talked to my aunt about it or something like that. She's like, you had no real reason to be embarrassed, even though you don't want to be there and you feel like you shouldn't be there. Because they're just working in retail. It was just normal, but I hated it. I've been out of school, if you don't know, for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in May. So I'm still kind of like trying to get my shit together. So it's a thing. But I don't know, in that moment, I was just so freaking embarrassed. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess that's how I felt. So but yeah, that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments, even though it shouldn't have been that embarrassing. But I was just really like not feeling it. It was just not okay. Lessons learned from 2015. Not to be so anxious. It's okay. Lessons learned is I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, continue to work and work towards what I want. It's a thing. Like I said, like, if you've graduated, if you're still in a place where you don't know what you want to do, or like you know what you want to do, you just can't try to get started. It's just, y'all know. I can talk about that all day. So it's a lesson learned. I don't need to be so anxious about things. I can still be my happy self and still figure things out. It's a growing experience. Things don't happen overnight. There's just things that I knew, but like kind of just like were reaffirmed, if that makes sense. So that's a lesson. Goals for 2016. Like I talk about my friend, I mentioned her in her steamer. It's supposed to be her steamer is my steamer, because we're trying to move or whatever. So that's a goal, to move soon. Like soon. I'll talk about that more when it actually happens, but that is definitely a goal. Being more consistent with my YouTube. I've tried, but I feel like I know I can do more. Goals. Not let doubting come into play, or anxiety come into play. I don't even want to put a word on it, but I mean, it is a thing. Like, it happens. I'm pretty good at controlling things like that. I've like a lesson I learned, going back to lessons, I learned that I do have emotions about things. So I learned that I do, I'm a human and I have feelings, so I have to deal with those feelings and not just kind of put them aside. That's a goal. I want to read more, because I used to read all the time, and I just have completely just let that go. Just get my shit together 2016. Excuse my French, but that's just the thing, just like to actually make it happen. And I realize that I'm a lot in my head. I can plan things all day, but if you're just sitting there constantly planning things and not actually putting it out to do things, it's just kind of counterproductive. So to get out of my head more and actually just physically just start doing things instead of just like thinking about it, or me writing things down more, could probably help with me just getting out of my head. So to write more personally. No relationship goals right now. People are probably gonna come at me for that. Friends wise. Sorry guys, it's not a goal. If it happens, it happens, but that's not a goal. What I'm looking forward to in 2016, I'm looking forward to accomplishing these goals, looking back at this video a year from now and saying, like, that's not the case anymore. I'm looking forward to moving. It should be very interesting and fun being in a new place. Like I said, I'll talk about that when it actually happens. Crosses fingers, praying hands, all that. Mostly praying hands, because Jesus. But it's going to happen. Speaking things into existence, it's going to happen. Just wait on it. I'm looking forward to making more videos. I am, because I actually enjoy doing this. I just don't get to do it as often as I would like. I also have to, this is a goal, to promote my things that I do more. Because I'll do a lot, like I'll write an article and I just won't say anything about it, or just be up. Like, but what's the point of doing it if you're not gonna get people to look at it? So that's a goal, because I don't do that enough. So yeah. Okay, so that is it for the about a year ago tag. I hope that I didn't talk your ears off. If you want to hear me talk about specific topics that I talked about, being a college graduate and still looking for jobs and all the other stuff, trying to get your life together, your ish together. If I'm still working on it, we can work on it together. Like I talked about anxiety and all that other stuff. Just any specific thing you hear me talk about. If you want me to talk more in depth about it, or just mention it in the comments, talk to me and I'll talk to you. Like this video if you liked it. Got good lighting going on here today, so I'm happy about it. And definitely subscribe. Please and thanks. Y'all are the best. So again, if I didn't say at the beginning, Happy New Year, a late Happy New Year, and I will talk to you people, lovely people, in the next one. Bye.